I'm Nick Shell, and all I ever talk about is hair loss. In fact, tonight, in this very moment, I'm going to create hair loss history by creating a new term that everyone can benefit from. That's Norwood 3. I'm going to call it the Norwood 3 seam line. Now here's what I mean by that. When you're Norwood 3, meaning you've got basically the letter M here where your hairline is, you don't have the straight across line, you don't have the V, you have a roundness, you've got a peninsula there. So as you can see, my hair's getting a little bit longer than normally it is, and there is a certain separation there. There you go, you can kind of see it right there, right? That's what I'm gonna call the seam line. Of course, the way I've got my hair going on right now, put in a little bit of water-based gel, push it back, and it's good. It does that streamline to cover up the seam line. The first time I really noticed this was the year 2003. Is that summer I was a teacher in Thailand, and there were some other teachers there from America, and then there were some Canadians. And there was this really nice guy named Brian. And at the time, we were in our early 20s, but I noticed that his hair was already doing what I'm calling the streamline. He had kind of the longer hair in the front, the bangs or whatever. But ultimately, if you look really carefully, you could see where it actually was separated from the rest of the hair like that. And at the time, I was working on Norwood 2. I don't know that I was fully there yet, but he was already in Norwood 3, and I thought, when I get to that point, I'll be that much more close to accepting the fact that I'm going to have to deal with hair loss. Well, chances are, wherever Brian the Canadian is today, he's probably shaving his head, because that's when we were in our early 20s. And now I'm at his hairline status. I actually think his went back a little bit more. But it's interesting, you can really get away with a lot with the Norwood 3. I mean, you've been seeing that. You've seen how I have experimented with different lengths all year with this. And something about this is it's kind of got a little bit more of a shaggy look going on, especially with the beard. Let me just do a quick turnaround, or not even a quick, just maybe a slow turnaround, just to kind of get an idea of how this is looking these days, because you usually don't see me from behind. So, but there's what's going on. This is my look now with the water-based gel. So what's going to happen though, and this is my newest experiment as I'm growing my hair longer, eventually this is going to crash here instead of up here. Eventually it's going to be right here, because what you can see, a lot of you guys are just Norwood 1, right? Meaning your hairline on the temples is going back at a slant. And see, mine it does that too, but it's like, man, once this connects down here, I think it's really gonna look more like a fuller haircut. So that's what I'm trying to work on right now. I don't want to have just long shaggy hair for the purpose of that. I think we can still have it over the ears and a bit longer without it being a production in itself. So I'm calling that the Norwood 3 seam line, where if you look carefully, you can actually see how far the forehead goes up. Look at that. But with this hairstyle, it's ultimately hidden. So when you start watching my videos from this point forward, see if you can tell where the seam line is and how far it's actually coming up. So I'm making this video for anyone who's got Norwood 3 and they just want to be able to make the most of it without being in denial. I'm Nick Shell. What am I going to talk about in my next video? I'm going to tell you a secret. Come here.